little common sense into the silver market, and you saw that's my portable George's Lukovsky multi-wave oscillator that peaks in the ether. So I figured I'd get a little ether before I get on here, right? Some of them healing waves, power of the universe, get the mind meld going, right? Hey, whatever. That thing's pretty cool because it actually, I don't know, you can feel something coming off it besides electricity, besides the ozone. I guess it's the negative ions. They actually get into the body and they heal. I don't know, maybe that's what Jesus did, right? You never know. Anyway, a little common sense in the markets. First off, with silver, we notice in retrospect, we notice going back. I wish I would have known it ahead of time, but they keep a big secret, and you find out later on that the 6 largest bullion banks in the world in January of 2013 were short the metals, gold. Okay? They knew it was coming up, or they made it happen. Actually, the drop we had in 2013 in April was actually the biggest drop there ever was in the history of gold, percentage-wise. It never dropped like that, period. That was a world record. So there's manipulation going on. And then as of May 2013, after the drop, the same 6 bullion banks are net long gold. Now also, Goldman-Sachs was buying gold at that time when they told everybody to sell it, because then the price dropped and they bought it. Now they're long gold. George Soros is long on the miners. He's shorting the S&P. So I don't know. It just looks like it's going to go up. We probably already had the pullback. That probably was it, the 18. Because if you're looking back even at classic thought, the big line, the line in the sand was 21, 22. But the big line in the sand was 18 and 19. Does that make it impossible that it can go lower? No. But the best information you have is that's a very, very strong holding point. But it can do anything. If it broke through that, it can actually go even lower than that. It's possible, but I don't think it's likely. As far as anybody's track record on silver, I think everybody's track record on silver is bad. Just everybody. I mean, there's the bears get it right during the bear time, and the bulls get it right during the bull time. Overall, nobody's track record on silver has never been that great. And, they might predict one part, they might predict another part. But, actually, if you look back on my videos going back about a year, I was talking about silver going below 26 to 24, 25. I didn't think it was going to go to 18, 19. But I thought it was going to go solidly below 26 one last pullback. That's what I thought. So, whatever. Now, I'm going to say something that, because I don't particularly like religious people, I'm a caring person, but I don't like religious people. Figure that one out. It's easy to figure out because I find that a lot of times these religious people are the worst people in the world. Oh, they just full of hate and spite. At one point, on one side, we used to hear about the $500 silver from a very religious person or something. $500 silver. Oh, it's going to happen. Yeah, I know it. Oh, yeah, I'm got an ego. I just know how to do this, And it never happened. I never thought it was going to go that high. I was hoping for go up to 75 or 100. That'd be nice. But on the other side, we see another religious person that talks about $10, $8, $10, $15, $10, whatever the hell he's talking about. And it's almost like when it goes down, ha 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 ha. But what the hell is that person really selling you? And when it was going up, he was predicting $50. So, I mean, it's a chicken shit. That's what it comes down to. But really, people who go heavy into silver, they got a lot of balls to do that because basically it's a very volatile metal. I mean, I know when I used to say that when it was going up, boy, they would hate me for that. But it is. It's a high-risk acid. It's a very volatile metal, and they don't call it the devil's metal for nothing. That's the fact. I mean, they used to hate me for saying that, but that's a fact. But I also know when it goes up unexpectedly, it goes up like crazy. It just freaking flies. It's just like you don't know when it's going to happen. The Middle East events are what can actually make it move. I know that as a fact. I just don't know when that's going to happen. And I swear to God, nobody knows. Nobody. even the best military planners. But it's a powder keg, and when that happens, you're going to see people scared, and they're going to go into gold. You see, gold is a fear metal. I mean, it doesn't mean you're scared that you're in gold. Actually, you're brave to be in gold when it's low, because you're thinking, oh, is it going to go lower? But, it's when there's tensions in the world, uncertainty about the oil supplies, uncertainty in the markets, uncertainty about the currencies, people go into gold. That's what happens. And that's, we actually have a lot of problems with even the emerging markets currencies because they're getting all hammered, right? India's having a lot of problems. China's having a lot of problems. Europe's having a lot of problems. So relatively speaking, the dollar looks good in comparison to such. But then again, we might have the budget showdown and all this kind of stuff. I know Ted Cruz just made his landmark almost 24-hour speech. He had to stop at 1 p.m. in the afternoon by law, by Congress, about Obamacare. But, hey, they might shut down the government. Who the hell knows? And I'm actually going to say a little bit more about that later in another separate video. That's a separate subject about Obamacare and gun control, how it's all related. Oh, it is related. Be careful how you answer questionnaires, just to give you a hint of what I'm going to be talking about. But considering that the smartest minds right now are long precious metals, George Soros is, through the miners, Goldman-Sachs is, JP Morgan's long on silver, right? The 6 largest bullion banks are long on gold. All right? Goldman-Sachs is long on gold, right? What does that mean? I mean, do you think it's going to go down to an all-time record-holding low when all those big players are net long? I don't think so. But it may not happen where it skyrockets right away because typically the metals go like this. They go up slow and they get most of their gains at the end and they go into like hyperbolic type of rises and then they reset again. I think, I would trust more the Fibonacci numbers and the gold to silver ratio numbers than actual absolute price. I think that gold is going to be a little over 2,000 and silver is going to be 72 to 75 at the next peak before silver corrects to below 50 again, and then it goes up to maybe 150 to $200. And I think the 75 is coming up a lot faster than you think because it can happen all at once in like a period of 6 or 9 months. It can just be going up, 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 up like crazy. That's what happens. Look at even what happened with oil back in 2008. It went up, it was a little over 100. Oh, wow, yeah. And all of a sudden it skyrocketed in a few months from like 100 to 147. That's what you're going to expect from silver. Okay, I mean, it might be up to the 40-something and go up to 72 to 75 inside of a few months. All that gain. And if you're going to be caught by surprise. And then, the problem is you're going to be scared to sell it because there's going to be a million people that are going to say it's going to go to 100 because you broke through 50. So you're actually going from 50 to 72 to 75, say 75, that's a 50% gain. That's a big gain. People would think, why would, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think it would go straight to 100. That's, but I'm not going to, I'll sell a little bit at that time. But I know all the gains are going to come all at once. And if you're not prepared for it, oh well, too bad. Actually, this has always been the way with commodities. And it's almost like, you're not going to get, first off, if I knew that type of movement where an exact low and exact high is, and I always told people to keep money in cash, I always said that. But if I knew what an exact high and exact low was on commodities or any just one single commodity, I'd be a multi-billionaire inside of a year. Anybody that good? No. See, actually the majority gets it wrong, but it's almost like somebody will figure naively that's into so much into this Jesus stuff, which is like, spite. Actually, I don't like the religious. The religious are hateful in many cases. Not all cases, but in many cases, they're very hateful people. You think you're going to go on YouTube and get exact information, even on anything, even from the best financial mind in the area, get exact information where it's going up to? Somebody in the business for 30 years. How many people I know in the business that were in real estate business, that totally got caught off guard when real estate crashed, right? How many? Oh, a gazillion. How many people that weren't in the business missed the move up? Right? I don't know. A lot, you know? So it's just like anything. It's a patient waiting game. And the biggest problem is going to be very tough to sell stuff when everybody in the world is telling you the dollar's going to zero. It's never going to recover. Well, it may eventually. It may eventually. But there'll be plenty of warning signs if the dollar goes to zero. Because if the dollar goes to zero, there's going to be major conflicts in the world. The United States would have to lose its military might, and there would have to be major civil war and unrest in the United States, and there'd have to be, all kinds of problems. Like, it's more severe than the country has ever seen. When that stuff happens, yeah, I think then you might be saying the dollar's going to zero. But you'll have plenty of warning signs. Plenty. And if you don't have silver then, yeah, you're screwed, man. But like I said, what's more important is food, fuel, and firepower, man. Big time. Because like I just put out a video about the generator I used, the portable generator. I used that generator 6 times since December 2012. Isn't that crazy? I never thought I'd use it that much. More than 3 or 4 hours each time the power went out due to like severe thunderstorms. And it was like the electricity is mainly underground. It still happened. So, it's like... that's really what you got silver for too, a financial storm. And if you're not prepared, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you're such a guru, first off, if I flat out knew, I've already got it in my head. It's stuff I know in detail, I will not announce on YouTube. Period. I will not. If I know something exactly like something's a really, I'm not going to say what it is. Period. Because I found out that's a jinx. That's a jinx. I got to do strictly on my own. And usually that works very, very well. Very well. And, I could tell you a lot of inside information that some of the inside people say they're the inside people. Oh, I could play it up like crazy. Because, if you're actually like a Russian oligarch or somebody in the business in Russia, and you want to transfer money, oh, you don't wire it. And you don't use fiat dollars. And you don't use gold or silver. You know what you use? Isotopes. You bring them in through Latvia, you float them down the ocean, you get into Germany, and they go into a bank and you pay an assayer to assay it, and then you have a bond. And then you can trade that on the market. How's that? How many people told you that? Nobody. But I don't even know why I should tell you that, But I could say a lot of tough stuff about inside shit, and it's like, I don't know, with the average audience, it goes in one ear at the other ear because most people are more interested in lizard people and stupid bullshit versus reality. But just think about it. If you want to really transfer money, if you want to transfer $1 billion, how are you going to do that with $100 bills? You can't. How could you even get it out of the bank? You can't, right? It's impossible. How are you going to transfer $1 billion? It's impossible, right? What would you do if you was going to wire it? They would know about it, right? They know about it, right? Suppose you get materials. Now, if you're going to do $1 billion of gold or silver, forget about it. You're going to do $1 billion in silver. You do $1 billion in gold? Nah, you got tons of gold. Isotopes, some of the isotopes are thousands of dollars a gram. A gram! 1 gram being more than a freaking, one of the, if you're talking KCMI-133 isotopes for atomic triggers, that stuff's worth more than a freaking gold. By far. Transport some of that. Get it somebody who would say it in Germany, goes in a bank, and then you got a bond. You just made a nice transfer. And then you got something you could trade on the market. And then you could trade that bond, you get cashola. See? That's how it works. And you have your company in Belarus or Cyprus, which I knew about Cyprus. That's where most of the tax haven is, or the BVI, British Virgin Islands, right? Anyway, I just have to say this to the spiteful religious people. The elite made religion just for you people. So you'll follow things right off a cliff. And I really don't care, because I really found that most religious people are not nice people. They aren't. They're mean. They're garbage. And they're spiteful. So, anyway, just remember this important summary, though. if most of the heavy hitters are long on the precious metals, that's a good indication it's going up at some point in time, not going down to new record lows. That's a good indication. It's not a guarantee, but that makes a hell of a lot of common sense, doesn't it?